Today we shall be speaking about photosynthesis. First, you have a plant and there is a sun. The sun's photons strike the plant, and the plant's vascular systems push water up through the plant into the leaves, into the stoma, which is composed of two guard cells. The stoma also takes in water and carbon dioxide. Photosynthesis involves 6H2O, 6 carbon dioxide, which react to form glucose, C6H12O6, and oxygen gas. Now, there are two phases in photosynthesis. The first involves the plant which is struck by light when the sun rays photons perform hydrolysis, which breaks up H2O into two hydrogen molecules, oxygen gas, and two electrons. And there are two proteins within the plant, known as photosystem 2 and photosystem 1. Photosystem 2's electrons are excited to a higher level by the sun's photons. The gap of two electrons in the lower level is filled by the electrons released by hydrolysis. The electrons released by photosystem 2 go up into a series of proteins known as the electron transport channel. They're passed from one protein to the other, so they lose energy steadily. And photosystem 1, which has also lost electrons to a higher level due to the sun's photons energizing it, gains these two electrons that originally came from photosystem 2. Photosystem 1 loses two electrons, and there's a chemical known as NADP+, which the hydrogen adds onto, and it becomes NADPH2+. The two electrons from photosystem 1 add on to it, and it becomes NADPH. The second part of photosynthesis is the Calvin cycle. So you start off, it's an endless cycle, it keeps continuing. You have 6 carbon sugar plus RUBP. It becomes a 6,1 carbon. You have a 6,5 carbon sugar, it becomes a 6,1 carbon sugar, which becomes CO2. Then it turns into a 12,3 carbon sugar. It gains ATP and loses ADP to ADP plus P reaction. It gains NADPH and loses NADP plus to NADPH plus H plus the two electrons. Then it turns into a 12,3 carbon sugar, and it slowly turns into a 2,3 carbon sugar. After the Calvin cycle is completed twice, this becomes one 6 carbon sugar, which becomes glucose again, and is known as PGAL. This is a 6 carbon sugar. Then that glucose is broken up into 10 3 carbon sugars, and it loses ATP and becomes ADP plus P, and it turns into RUBP and the 6 carbon sugar, 5 carbon sugar, which starts over the thing over again.
Done?
Mm-hmm.